Hello everyone, Andy Schwab here with your Northern Ag TV. Well, Montana Farmers Union has announced Rachel Prevost as its new executive director. MFU President Walter Schweitzer says Prevost has become an integral part of the organization, praising her dedication, creativity, and leadership. She joined Montana Farmers Union in 2020 as a lobbyist and most recently served as Director of Government Affairs and Member Services. Prevost told me that she's looking forward to continuing the ambassador program and making the producers' voices be heard in the Treasure State and at the nation's capital.
We implemented a new ambassador program when I came on board as a membership services director. And so that program was kind of our beginnings of re-getting boots on the ground into rural communities and looking at the local approach. I mean, we've always been a grassroots organization, and our membership has always driven everything that we've done. But the ambassador program kind of has taken that to the next level, and that we can be really responsive in a more local sense, and we can get feedback more directly from communities. And we've been able to really implement some cool programs and respond to the needs of rural communities and farmers and ranchers. I think, another thing that has really stuck with me is that we truly see the power of a grassroots voice when you're with an organization like Farmers Union. We take members to Washington, D.C. to, advocate and make their voice heard when it comes to the issues that are impacting our day-to-day lives on the farm and ranch. And we also do that at the state level. We do a legislative drive-in, and so we work really hard to empower our membership to make their voices heard. And we've, throughout my years at Farmers Union, a multitude of issues have come up, and we've been able to respond to those with our membership. And, that power of people coming together to make a difference and to make their voice heard is really not only inspiring to me, but, continues to really to guide me on how we can continue to grow the opportunity for our membership as well.
A native of northeastern Montana, Prevost grew up in her family's farm and ranch before attending Carroll College. Also a proud 4-H and FFA alum, Prevost says she's honored to continue advocating for Montana family farms and ranches, emphasizing education, cooperation, and community.
Very short, we want to see a continued growth of a lot of the new programs that we've implemented this year. And I think we're going to continue to see our women's programming grow as well. That's a big thing that I would like to see continue. We've gone from our statewide conferences to 2 women's conferences to localized ladies groups. So I think we'll continue to see that program evolve as well.
Now, speaking of conferences and conventions, MFU will hold their annual convention next week in Lewistown. Prevost said that one of the main things they're going to be doing there is reshaping their policy book to represent the producers' voices while lobbying.
Our annual policy review. So our policy committee has done a review of our book, our grassroots policy book, to make sure it's still serving the needs of the organization. And so we'll be having changes put forth for the voting body to consider. And that's a really important part of our convention because it guides what we do in DC, it guides what we do at the state legislature, and really helps us be the organization that our members need us to be. It's kind of like the true grassroots part of who we are.
The convention will wrap up with a full day of succession planning so family farms can discover the best methods to passing on the operation to the next generation.
Which is another big thing we've really been hearing about from our membership is the need to make these succession plans a little bit smoother as we look forward to the next generation, and that looks different for every family. So we're bringing in a lot of the experts to do some deep dives, and from a full day, we're hoping that families can walk away with a succession plan that works best for them.
Of course, that full convention schedule and other topics covered by MFU can be found online at MontanaFarmersUnion.com. Well, that's it for our Northern Ag TV. I'm Andy Schwab. Have a great rest of your day.